Bear Witness Podcast. I'm Pirelli the Don.
And you talking to SR7G.
Before we go any further, please subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and get next to us. What up, bro?
Good, what's up, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling. What's up with you, man?
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day. It's Sunday right now. We're doing this live on Father's Day because we just want to bring it to the people. And so you can get next to us. Yo, bro, that hat is fire, though, bro.
Oh, good looking, man.
Yeah, I like that.
You know
I like that.
Today, man, I'm on my Father's Day vibe. But you know what? We always in Father's Day vibe anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and when we say Happy Father's Day, we're saying it to the real fathers, the mothers that are fathers, and the dudes that aren't biologically attached but play the role as they should accordingly.
Yeah, no doubt,
sure.
no doubt. For real. Salute to the fathers, man.
For real.
Yeah.
Speaking of fathers, relationships, man.
Oh, we on that type of time.
Let's get on that.
Okay, let's get it.
You know what? But this is what it is about the relationship things. A lot of these platforms and podcasts like to talk about the alpha king dog and the alpha queen woman and how to pick up on how to outwit and outperform somebody in a relationship. I just want to talk about how you make things happy and successful, man. There's no exact formula to it. That's like somebody that can sit there and tell me the definition of love. I don't want to hear it. There's no definition of love.
No.
Everybody has their own, and let's just leave it at that. But what works? What works? Like, for me, I take it always back to the origins. You meet somebody, the infatuation, whatever appeals you to them, then the intimacy of what gets you into the flow together where y'all develop that synchronicity, and then later on, commitment.
Yeah.
Commitment. Because some people like to put the cart before the horse, how it goes, the carrot before the whatever.
All that.
No. Get to know somebody, man.
I always stress that
Get to know somebody. Do some data mining. Figure out who you're dealing with. It's not being extra. It's not being cringy. It's not being weird. Would you do anything important in your life without knowing the particulars of it? Like investing?
No.
No.
And this is matters of the heart. Like, the real shit.
And health.
Yeah.
I'll take it somewhere that's meaningful to me. I remember many moons ago when I was a little boy, and I remember having sex for the first or second, third time. I can't remember exactly, and not wearing what I was supposed to. And I went to the Department of Health, and the lady said, "Oh, come back in like 3 days. I got results for you." Yeah, 7G is taking it there today. She wrote on a piece of paper a plus and a negative,
Yeah, that was
and
stressful.
said, "Here's your result." And she took the negative and threw it in the garbage. And there was a positive. My heart dropped to my navel, and then it dropped into my ankles. And she said, "This is the result that you're not." And every time you think you're going to be doing something unprotected, think about how you felt today. Bye. Don't want to see you no more.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to do data mining. Not that somebody's going to tell you straight up and down, "Yo, I got this ill bump
Nobody's
in
gonna
my
tell you that.
crotch."
No.
You know what I'm saying? "I got this ill rash that
Yo,
go from here to here. Don't pay that no mind."
Scary vibes, man.
Yeah.
Scary
Get
vibes.
to know people, man. I mean,
You have to. Definitely.
Jesus. And there's always going to be an admirer and the admired in a relationship. But you never want to be somebody who's chasing too much.
No. It has to be a balance.
Gotta be, man. Because then you put yourself behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about before, that Travis Hunter situation.
Oh.
He clearly seems like he's behind the 8 ball. Sure,
Big time.
The stick. She's hitting wherever pocket
Knocking
she
him
wants.
down.
She don't even have to call a pocket. The ball can go wherever
Anyway,
it
and it's going to go in.
Yeah.
He's going to go in the hole.
He's
It's
gonna
over.
go in.
It's over.
He's gonna go in the hole.
It's over.
You said to him, though, not to you.
Yeah.
He's
To
gonna
him.
go in
He's
the
done.
hole.
He's
Flag on
done.
the play. Why you
He's
going
done.
in the hole, bro? Yeah, but so it's like, come on, man. You gotta know how to make proper lane changes, man. You ain't gotta signal every time. You could look in the mirror and see if it's safe space, but know how to switch your lanes properly, man. A lot of people, I hear all this complaining, "Oh, there's no good people out there. There's no
We hear that all the time, man. And that's just the woes me.
I don't believe it. I mean, what is your formula?
Well, like to what you said, there's no real formula to it. It's not one size fits all.
Right.
But Dom P is no expert on relationships. But on this channel, the Bear Witness channel, we not doing the typical, these hoes ain't loyal and niggas ain't shit. That's for those other podcasters. Because on this side, I told you, this side is the best side. So we going to move a little bit different. And we already know that type of time, you should already know who's for the streets and who's not. I mean, come on now. Yeah. So we don't even have to address that. But in my opinion, the foundation pieces to a healthy relationship is communication and what I call EEA. And EEA is effort, energy, and action, right? Mm-hmm. So Don P has failed many, many times in the first part, the communication, because there's two parts of communication, right? You have listening and actually speaking your truth to the other person.
Yes.
You know, that's a vital part of the communication. Now, and Don P has failed because, one, I'm not a great listener, you know, because I'm very passionate in my belief system. And I'm getting better. We're not, you know, finished products. So I'm very passionate. So when somebody else has another viewpoint, I kind of like tune them out sometimes. You know, and that's a very rigid way of thinking. So it's gotten me into trouble many times, but I'm getting better with that. Mm-hmm. The other aspect of it is speaking your truth. Like, if you're my friend, I should be able to tell you things and be comfortable in telling you how I feel. If we have a problem, we have an issue, I can come to you as a man and we could talk.
No, for real.
So early on in situations, I wasn't good at that neither. And I failed. I remember Don P, at around the age of 20, I met this girl, bad, all the way around the board, what you call a 10. She was articulate, intelligent, speaks eloquent, good heart, good job. I mean, this was the total package, right? But there's always a flaw. Nobody's perfect, right? Uh-oh. And her flaw, catastrophic flaw at that time in my life, is she had it's dark and hell is hot breath. Yeah. I mean, and Don P struggled with that situation for about 4 months because the hotness would come and go. So I was able to maintain the situation for 4 months because I'm like, wait a minute. You know, at that time I was a young boy. Don P was in his formative years, experiencing things. So I was like, wait a minute. This girl is too bad. Why is her breath like this? Yeah. So I would drop hints because I couldn't communicate effectively with this person. So I would drop hints to her, like I'd be chilling at her house and I'd be like, yo, you know, midday, just random stuff like, you know, I'm going to go brush my teeth, hoping that she would come to the bathroom and brush her teeth as well, because I could not communicate to this woman.
Wait, you would just be like, I got to go brush my teeth?
Just randomly.
And because like 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Because her breath would start speaking to me at that point. Yeah, her breath would start speaking to me and I didn't know what to do. So sometimes she brushed her teeth and sometimes it helped and sometimes it didn't. And at that stage of my life, I didn't know it was like a medical condition. Obviously, she must have had halitosis or something like that. But Don P could, if I would have had a conversation with this woman, I don't know how, I would have been able, because her breath was not normal. It hit different. It was like she had the last dragon. Like, you are the last dragon. You possess the power of the globe. It was bad, bro. So anyway, I couldn't communicate effectively. And 4 months, I got turned off because I get turned off from smells.
It took 4 months?
It took 4 months because she was that bad. I held on. I held on. And it wasn't consistently bad. It would come and go. The breath would, the hotness would come and grow. Yeah. So I was able to, but after a while, I just got turned off.
Yeah.
And then it was a wrap, 86. So the other aspect is, like I said, the EEA part, effort, energy, and action, is people. And this happens all the time. There's people out here that can wax poetically, Shakespearean with their words, and you fall for it without any energy, effort, and action. It happens all the time. There's great speakers that can move the world. You had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. These people can galvanize people, but they had energy, effort, and action. There's other people now that have that skill, like touching on what you said a few episodes back, that words cast spells. Be careful of these people when there's no energy and action and effort behind that. Be keen on that. People fall for the banana in a tailpipe all the time, and the good seduction of Cindy all the time. And now you get catfish. It happens all the time. And you're falling in love with words with no action behind it.
Yes, hoping.
So,
you're hoping.
Yeah, you're hoping. So in Don P's opinion, these are the foundational pieces of any healthy relationship. And I try to move forward now in my life with those, keying on those situations, and it just grows from there.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah.
I'm just mad that you had them lose the love of your life because you just wouldn't tell Shorty Rock go floss and
Well,
get her teeth scraped.
well,
Matter of fact, but
well, I'm not gonna say she was the love of my life, but it was a
who
situation.
knows? You might have been one of those dudes that jumped the broom mad early in your 20s, like you live in the Midwest or some shit, and like you go off to the military when you're 21.
Don P is good right now, but
Okay.
yeah, Don P is good right now. But back then, Don P, if you would have asked Don P back then, he probably would have handled that situation better if he had the wherewithal, the wisdom, the perspective to broach that. I don't even know how you broach a subject like that with somebody with that stink hot ass is dark and hell is hot breath. How do you even convey that to somebody?
Sound like she had thrush.
That's another level of halitosis.
Of nasty.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, thrush. Motherfuckers get right before they die from AIDS. She had thrush.
It was
she had
bad.
a milkshake in
It was
her
bad.
mouth.
And I'm not gonna say the woman. She had the milkshake.
In her
My
mouth.
milkshake tastes like,
like-
bring all the dogs to the
Like stick around and get greater later.
That's a milkshake that I don't want. I don't want that, bro. I don't want that, bro.
man.
Yeah, man. So people communicate better.
I like that one. I like
yeah.
that. EEA.
Effort, energy, action.
Got
I
you. I
use
like
that in
that.
my life now moving
I like
forward.
that.
If there's nothing behind those words, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Don't.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all fluff.
I like to synergize that with something I touched on before with the scam. Sex, conversation, appearance, and money. We all present with this representative who most times we really aren't. Or we are, and it just takes time for you to really find the hell out who is sitting in front of you, right?
Yeah.
But the formula that I like is it touches on the honesty part where date freely. Get with somebody and date. Date
Yeah.
freely. Yo, you can date and go with whoever you want. But once we become physical, let that be exclusive. Only me and you. I don't want to be in the Department of Health with that lady in front of me.
Nah.
And she takes that positive paper,
Scary
shoots it in the
hours.
garbage, and takes the negative and say, this is what you are. And I'm not
Scary-
playing this time.
Yeah, scary hours.
Yeah, so I think in doing that, you give a person a timetable to say, hey, you can go out and meet whoever you think you like more than me, but in this aspect of safety and ultimate pleasure at its highest level, I want this to just be between us. And if you could tell me while we're sharing that, while I'm still letting you go venture in the world, that, hey, you know what, I think I want to go do the whole other piece with somebody else, the exclusivity. I want to give that up with you. If you're willing to give that up, the person got to respect that because you told me
no
the truth.
doubt, no doubt.
So go ahead,
No
go
doubt.
do that. But
Yeah.
then you know what? You could come get back in traffic and see me later if that doesn't work out because then now I know you've explored your erosion of boundaries. You've done it. You said, yo, I need to get this out the way. Okay, here now. Yeah, you're the one.
Yeah.
And I hate to put it like that because the world is so big. To say
Yeah.
somebody's just the one, you are one of the ones in the world.
Exactly.
That's just
Exactly.
realistic.
And
That could be hurtful to you people who think there's only one for me.
And to that, with only one for you and type stuff, it's all about compatibility at the end of the day.
Yes.
And what people fail to realize is that compatibility changes. You could be with a person 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. People grow. And in that growth, there's change. And one person in that relationship might remember you in a different stage or whatever in the relationship because you're lacking in the communication aspect. You're not talking openly and honest with each other. And then one person grows and starts growing away, straying, because the compatibility is different now because you weren't commuting effectively with the other person.
You know what that reminds me of? Like in a video game. When you play a video game and you the player, you player one. And then there's some games where me and you could play together, like those shoot 'em up games. But then you got other games where they got what's called a non-playable character. It's just one of those avatars that's walking around. Once you become the non-playable character in somebody's life, where you go from being the other person on a joystick, when we fighting and shooting, and then now I'm looking at you like you're a filler.
Yeah, that's
You're just a
perfect.
filler.
Perfect example.
Become a non-playable character
Perfect
in somebody's
example.
life. Because
Perfect
there's
example.
reason, season, and lifetime. You meet people for a reason. I
Yes.
don't care if the reason is, I just want a one night stand. I had a rebound, so now I need a rebound. I need a rebound. So this and that and the third. Then if that becomes something that's time precious to you, now it's your season.
Yeah.
That's why that commitment and lifetime comes later. So a lot of people who become a terrible word, desperate.
Oh my God, yes.
That's when you're like, hey, love at first sight. I just met you. Let's get married. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
40. You're 40. We didn't have kids yet. Let's do this real quick. You don't have any STDs, right? You got a good job.
Yeah.
That's not a qualifier for somebody to be a life partner, man. That's called you worrying about what other people think about you and you being selfish to a life you're bringing into the world with somebody who you don't even really know.
Yeah, get to
because
know.
then they could turn around and become a fucked up non-playable character.
Yeah. And just get to know people, man. Get to know people, because what I touched on a previous episode is traumas. People have trauma.
Oh, God.
And there's levels of trauma. Like, most people on this planet have trauma, but it's levels to the traumas. So you don't know, you meeting a representative, when you meet the person, you don't know what baggage this person really has, because they mirror you in a lot of ways. A lot of people, like
hell yeah.
a lot of people, like I said a little while ago, is that they're good speakers. They're very eloquent and they listen to you. And these people have skill to listen to what you're saying, feed it back to you, and now you're open, you're pressed. You're like, oh my God, this is my soulmate. This is the end all be all. No, Sway, it's not. It's not. They just mirrored you and got you open off fluff. They used your own shit against you, and now you're done.
Yeah.
You're finished.
Yeah. Especially the ones that like to say your name a lot.
Oh,
And they'll
yeah.
They'll be like, 7G, I want to ask you something. You'll be like, what's up, baby? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I'll be like, okay. Oh my God, 7G, look. And then you hear your name so much being called by this person, you like, damn, like, this person is like all about me. They down for me. But that's damn near what Goldie did to the white girl in the Mac. And he was like, I just want to go on the rainbow, man. I want you to come with me. It's like, damn, come with me, baby, damn. Like,
His flow
what
is
does damn
crazy.
mean? What does damn mean?
Anything that man says, his flow is
And
crazy.
nigga said, damn. And she was like,
He cast spells all day.
Yeah.
He can cast
Voila.
spells. It's a wrap. It's
I
a
just
wrap.
do really something really exciting, like, you know, and I think you're involved. You, damn, like, get the fuck out of here, Goldie. You ass it up, nigga. You just want to punish.
But another fire winning. You know what Don P always says at the time: do the day and let the day do you. We out.
What is flexing gonna get you, my nigga? Yeah, basic Instagram bitch, my nigga. She don't care about your health, just money, my nigga. When you at the bottom to the top is the only direction.